Hey guys, welcome to tonight's Sisel Connect call. My name is Milo Acosta, Director of North American Sales. We're very, very excited for this call, guys. We have an awesome call lined up for you guys tonight. Before I introduce Aaron, I would like to go and tell you about some promotions that we have this month. As you know, we're keeping that promotion for the free sign-up this month of March. We also we're getting ready the March Madness promotion. We are actually testing it right now just to make sure that everything works perfectly, but we will probably be announcing this in the next couple of days. So be ready for an awesome promotion that we're getting ready for the March Madness, guys. So we're putting that together here in the next couple of days. Also, the Masters Convention, it's this weekend. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. So make sure that you guys are there and Friday and Saturday to listen to Tom Mower Sr. He's going to be up there sharing some of his wisdom with you guys. If you guys haven't had the opportunity of meeting him or seeing him live, please make sure that you do whatever it takes to be there at the Spooky Nook place in Manheim, Pennsylvania. So make sure if you guys want more details, go to our blog at sisel.net and you'll see all the information, address, hotels. You'll see the minute by minute of who's going to be there. And so make sure that you guys are there. And if you can't make it, make sure that you call anybody that you know that lives around that place. I know that there's going to be people from everywhere going there. There's a group from New York that apparently are going to be there as well. So they'll be traveling to just listen to Tom. And it's going to be an awesome event, guys. So we're super happy for everything that's going on at Sisel, guys. We have our loyalty rewards program. I know that you guys, I get calls every single day asking when we're going to have that ready. Well, we were talking to the developers, and they're actually working on it, and they said that from 2 to 4 weeks it'll take for them to make sure that everything is running well. We're going to make sure that we test it and that we're paying it out correctly. We don't want to have any glitches with LRPs, guys. So we want to make sure that you guys get a single bonus and that you guys deserve since day one. So I was talking to Aaron earlier. We agreed that we were going to be honoring every single one of those bonuses that you have for the loyalty reward program and the vouchers. So you guys can make sure that you guys have them and use them towards products. So we're going to have that available in around 2 weeks or 3 weeks with that. So also, guys, sales are awesome. You know, we've been growing sales month after month. This morning I was sitting in front of my computer and running some reports, and I said, you know what, I'm going to run the report from February of last year to February of this year, and and I actually had to double check the numbers with the developers because we grew almost twice the size, guys, from February of last year to February of this year, which is huge. And this was in the U.S. And I know that this has a lot to do with our H-Fill and with RIP, and we have the comp plan, the new teams that are signing up, the excitement that we hear in the field, guys. I've been talking to people today, and just the testimonies that I get from the H-Fill and from RIP and from the compensation plan and from the Wealth Builder system. And it all tells us that we're heading in the right direction, guys. And we understand that we've had glitches here and there, but overall it's been awesome. You know, sales have been growing month after month, and the excitement out there, guys, it's unbelievable. We hear every single thing that's going on, and we just hear positive. You know, we hear that more people are signing up and more people are getting testimonies of the product. You know, speaking to one of my friends today that actually I went to play basketball at lunch, he was asking me where I work, so I told him, and he's like, oh, yeah, I know who the Mowers are. I know that that they founded new ways of the product that they do. So everybody in the industry, guys, we're very blessed that we are part of a company that has the Mowers at the head of the company, that they're focused on making sure that they build and they create and formulate the best products out there with a Sisel Safe philosophy, that they always have you guys in mind to have every single best ingredients in each product, the best compensation plan available out there, the manufacturing facility and everything. This guy was telling me, you guys have everything to be a billion-dollar company. I'm like, yeah, we actually do, and we will. The Mowers did it once, and we're in the process of doing it again, guys. And you guys are on this conference call, and the leaders out there, we're going to be working with you guys to make sure that this happens as soon as possible. We experienced growth pains, a couple months ago, but right now we're in that process of growing and growing, and then people are understanding the new compensation plan. People are understanding the wealth builder system. People are getting testimonies on the products, and a lot of the new stuff that we have coming on up, the recognition that the Lisa's working on as well. We want to make sure that that's a big part of our company as well, with other events that we're planning for this year and the year after that, to make sure that you guys have fun building your business. But I don't want to take any more time away from our speakers. I want to introduce you guys. Aaron has been with the company for 9 years. He is the ambassador to the Mowers. He's a vice president of global sales and marketing. I always miss one of these titles, and he wrote him once to me in the first call that we had. He still laughed at me because I actually read it on the first call that I was in the Connect call, or like a year ago actually. And but anyway, I'm happy to work with him, and we're happy to have him. So Aaron, are you there?
I am here, Milo. Thanks for bringing me on the call, and thanks for bringing us all up to speed on so many different things that we're doing here at Sisel International. And I got to tell everybody that for some reason, I don't know how he does it. He does the WhatsApp call with Liesel on Wednesdays. You guys obviously hear he and Liesel on the phone, and then of course he does the Connect call once a month. And he's the guy that literally I sit back and take notes myself, because I go, really, are we doing that? Well, what are we doing over here? So anyways, as Director of North American Sales, Milo, Acosta, thanks for all you do, and for keeping us all, again, up to speed on the things that we're doing, the promotions, the developments, the conventions, the events, etc. We certainly appreciate it. So, folks, we've got a great call coming up tonight. I got to tell you that we kicked off that Tom Mower Sr. would be on the call tonight, and I will tell you that immediately I started getting text messages. I started getting phone calls, people asking, is Tom going to be on tonight? Is he really going to be on tonight? I know he's traveling out to Pennsylvania this weekend. Is he still going to be on the call? And, of course, I said, yeah, he's going to be on the call. He's excited. He loves being on these calls. He loves talking about his mission. He loves talking about his products. And, he, of course, loves getting people excited and motivated to go out to these big events. And we always talk about the events, folks. These events are where leaders are born. If you think about it that way, these events are where leaders are born. These events are where we see people having great successes because they're listening, they're there, they're attentive. They want to be a part of it. And this event, literally, I believe that we've continued to have to, if I'm not mistaken, by Joe King, Katie Byler, Marianne Stoltzfus, we've had to continue to expand out as far as we possibly can to accommodate as many people as we can, because if I'm not mistaken, we are completely sold out. I think it's standing room only, but I'll tell you what, folks, it's worth standing for. This is one of those events that you can't believe when it is over. You're going to be thirsty for more knowledge. You're going to be asking, is there any way that we can, have a training? Can we get together next week? Can we talk about some additional things? We've got people coming in bus loads. We've literally got people who have chartered buses to get to this event, and it's in Pennsylvania. It's at the Spooky Nook. If you need the information, go to our blog off of the Sisel.net website. You can find the blog right there, simple to get to, and it'll have all of the details on the address and the contact information, how to get there. But, when I think about it, I think about all these people that are out there working so diligently and aggressively with products, two major products. We're going to talk about the H pill tonight, and Tom's going to get into a little bit more detail. But I'll tell you what, he won't get into nearly as much detail as he will when he's standing in front of the audience. Here's a world-renowned scientist. Here's a scientist that is literally, I've had a chance to follow in his footsteps all over Eastern Europe, Western Europe, across Southeast Asia, of course, Japan, and there's just nobody like him. And so when you guys hear him tonight, I'm going to do a couple of quick things that I need to get done, but as you listen to him, I'm giving you guys time to text people, to dial out to people, to three-way people onto the call, because here's a man that has been literally all around the world changing people's lives. And I always tell people, educating, informing, and empowering millions of people around the world. Well, that's what we see. And so when we talk about the age pill, there's no difference in terms of the products that he comes out with, except for this one has absolutely changed the world we live in. And he knew it. He knew it literally 32 years ago. And he can explain a little bit of that as he talks about it. But the fact is, we're going to keep it on a tight time frame. I do want to talk about the run for the money winners for tonight. I've got, again, a three-way tie. If you can imagine that, I've got a three-way tie for here in North America. I've got Donald Gorder, I've got Monica Blackwell, and I've got Maria Tenecula. So again, Donald Gorder, Monica Blackwell, and Maria Tenecula, congratulations. Well done. I'm certainly happy to see you guys up there in the lights, and I, again, continue to congratulate those people. What they did, folks, was bring people in into their enrollment with the first order that included either the age pill, Sisel Ripped, or a combination of both. And so we just do a quick sort. We go around North America specifically, and we have three people tied for the top position. So we're just going to split the money evenly. Each of you guys will get $150. We'll put it in your pay hub, and you guys will have a chance to draft that out. So again, congratulations and well done. And then we did a quick sort and tried to determine who those people were that would actually be in the running, because it had to be two or more people that came in, again, enrolled with the age pill or Sisel Ripped as part of their initial order. And so at the top of that sort, we had Dorothy Byler. So Dorothy Byler, congratulations. And then, of course, we had Daphne Begg out of Canada. Congratulations, Daphne. So we had two Canadians. We had four Americans. And again, guys, I'm just certainly proud of, or three Americans. I'm certainly proud of each one of you, and for your diligence in going out and helping people find this amazing, amazing opportunity. And so run for the money. Keep it up, guys, because I believe, if Tom will agree to it, we ought to plan on doing it again for the next 2 weeks, because it just keeps people running. And again, I know that we've got this big event coming up, Tom. It's coming up this weekend, the 9th and 10th in Pennsylvania. We've got so many people that have been calling, asking questions. What can I expect? Who's going to be there? What are Tom's topics, et cetera? So, Tom, maybe you could bring everybody into a little bit of your inner circle and let them know what's going to happen at this event. And then I'm sending Tom right off on the heels of this, folks, over to Eastern Europe and Western Europe. So if you look at the map, we'll give you guys more details as we kind of close out the night. But we've got him in Ukraine, we've got him in Latvia, in Germany, in Hungary, and in Italy. And Tom's going to take off, and he's going to light the fire across Eastern and Western Europe, figuratively, not in reality. But the fact is, literally, Tom, you've done this for years and years and years. You've helped people, millions of people around the world, change their lives. It's no different today than it was 30 years ago. You continue to have this passion, this mad motivation to help people achieve great successes in not only their health but in their wealth, and giving people an opportunity that they never thought they'd have in their lifetime to be a part of something like Sisel. Tom Mower, president of Sisel International, co-founder, along with your son, Tom Mower Jr., welcome to the call.
Well, thanks. Really good to be there, and it was especially enlightening for me to know that Milo is playing basketball during the time you should be working here in the office. So I'm enlightened myself. Very glad to hear that. So anyway, with all that being said, we have the most exciting product in the history of the world. Why is it? Because it's the greatest product ever discovered and brought to marketplace in the history of human health. Literally, this is the fountain of youth, or as close to it as possible. For many years, they thought there was a fountain of youth, it was a mythical fountain, and the Spaniards searched all over for it, and I forget the name of the person that was doing it, but famous, I forget his name now, but we'll have to look it up again. and he drank out of pools of water all through Florida till he finally caught some disease in the water and died. So he hardly found the fountain of youth. But people thought there was something there that they could drink that would make them young, and they would live maybe forever or for a long, long time. Well, that was myth. That was the desire. Now that which was a myth is really a reality. The fountain of youth is not water, a mythical water. It's an actual molecule. And so we know what that molecule is. And I found one of them. There's a combination of them that can do it. You can grow younger and you can live longer if you have a combination of some things. And it takes some real science and some very expensive, elaborate ingredients to do it. But in order to do that, most companies, well, all that I know of, are not doing it because of the tremendous amount of expense. We have a big advantage here is that we have this large manufacturing plant which is paid for, and we have fully equipped and all of those things. So we have this low overhead. We can take a given formulation, produce it for less money than anyone else because we don't have the big overhead burden to take care of. That allows us to buy the most powerful ingredients that science has found, use them in the maximum concentration that have been proven to be the most effective, and to use them in combinations with other ingredients. So the total, the formulation is greater, the power of the formulation is greater than the total of all the parts, if you understand that. This synergistic action and the way that we approach things is not like a magic bullet. A single ingredient does everything, but there are some ingredients that can do a lot. And in the age pill, there's one that has been discovered recently by scientists, and they say this is an extremely powerful ingredient because it energizes and activates or supports the activation of stem cells. And stem cells are like the chicken that lays the egg. And chicken is like the stem cell. It keeps producing eggs, more and more eggs. And the stem cells keep producing new cells, but as you grow older, they start wearing out. And some of them become senescent, dormant. Some die off. Some are very sluggish. They get oxidized from taking in all that oxygen because it takes some enormous amounts of oxidation. And they're oxidizing glucose, sugar, just like gasoline and oxygen explodes in a car. And a lot of stuff goes out the tailpipe, doesn't it? And you build a lot of sludge up in the crankcase oil. Well, same things happen in your stem cells. You're taking the gasoline is glucose, it's sugar. Air oxygen comes in, it's exploded, the energy is released, and it goes to power the cell up. But it doesn't matter if you've got great gasoline in your car, you're not going to do very well if the engine is getting worn out. So that was one of the issues once we took a look at it. When they found this one molecule they found the stem cell had the ability to actually rebuild itself to a large degree. And even the mitochondria, which are the energy engines within the cell cytoplasm of the stem cells and in all cells, of course, they wear out too, and it had the ability to support the regeneration of them. So now it's like you're overhauling your own motor if you have it. So you build up some plaque from glucose, like on your teeth, and the plaque film surfaces, and that keeps biological processes from happening. It's called glycation. And so we looked at that, and we thought, well, if we have this powerful molecule that can put the stem cells into as much activity as possible in repairing themselves and creating lots of energy and creating a lot more cells for slowing down, we can flip that on its head, but we've got to clean up the cells. So we looked at systems that are proven, science has found, and put a number of them together so they all work together in synergy so we can support the stem cells' natural ability to remove the glycation, the plaque, and then also the sludge that builds up in the cells, because everything that goes in the cell doesn't come out of it. You make a product or make a new cell, but there's a certain amount of it that gets built up, and over a period of time, it's just like having sludge in your engine. It accumulates, and then the engine starts to function poorly and break down and wear down. So we found a whole system that can remove this cellular sludge, this cellular garbage that accumulated. And it has systems to do it with enzymes. It's just like if you got a spot of food on you and you're eating out and you took a napkin and put it in water and put it on the spot and it wouldn't come off, you could just put a little saliva on your finger and rub it on that spot, and you'll see it break right down, and then put some water on it, and it'll dissolve it away. And that's sort of what we're doing in supporting the stem cells and other cells, so that they can actually break down through enzymatic activity that cellular garbage or sludge, and then it supports the cell to dilate, and big portals open up so it can drain it. So now here you have a stem cell. The sludge drained out, the glycation is removed, and these super powering ingredients come together, whereas one main one, we've gone beyond what anyone's even thought of. Even Harvard Medical School has not done what they were the ones that made the major discovery on this one ingredient, but you can go, it's part of what they call the Krebs cycle to create all this. You don't need to know all of it, but I'll be explaining this in slower and in Pennsylvania, and not just because GW is there, but I'll be slower so you can really understand everything that I'm trying to explain about it. But in reality, you can take and you can go into the cell, and as you create this molecule, and they say the molecule is called nicotinamide riboside, NR is the abbreviation for it. And yes, that's one that does it, but it creates another molecule, which creates another molecule, which creates another couple of molecules, which end up being ATP, which is converted to hydrogen, which is converted to electrical energy. That's how the system goes. I won't give you all the names, but I will go through it with you in detail in Philadelphia, so you got a clear picture of how this works. So in common sense ways, not scientific ways, but in common sense ways, you can make the proposal to somebody else. And so as that happens, what we've done is we've developed a formula based upon the science there, and there's some NR in our products, and you see all companies are using small amounts. The few that do, because it's so terribly expensive, but we've got around that. But what is more effective is your cells actually have the ability, that's the way they work anyway, to produce some of the after chain molecules that are after NR. It goes to NAD plus and then NMN. And as this goes on, I won't burden you with the details. As this goes on, what happens is we come in and we intervene in those areas. And when we do, we estimate from the science that we've seen, we could be producing 3 to 4 times more energy and cellular support for the stem cells, which all comes out to what? One thing for you. You start building more cells, you start having more energy, you have more strength, more stamina, you feel better, and you start watching yourself change. How do you change? Well, certainly your skin gets softer, but we have people that are growing nicer skin, but then they start seeing things like they've had white hair and now they see color coming back in it. Why? It's there, but this is feeding the cells and cleaning them up, allowing them to function the way they should. And you see things like in all the animal studies they did, now can't extrapolate those to people, but they were in mammal studies, and things like brain shrinkage and poor vision and hearing and thin hair and dilapidated muscles and skeletal systems and skin, and all of those things went the other way, started to reverse themselves. And the reason it did is the cells have the ability to do it. So when you provide the proper nutrients, and this comes from a Chinese philosophy, and this is where I caught on to it 30 years ago. The Chinese saying is historically, for like 5,000 years, that a human being has the ability to live to a very great length of life in very good health if they provide the proper nutrients to make the body function as it should or could, and to remove the toxins and the waste. And that flat out is what the age pill is doing. So when you do that, you start making more cells, and the decay. And when you throw a couple of other things in that really are great ones for ending decay, like Spectramax, very powerful for that, and energy support like Eternity, and immunity to bring the immune system so it's up like a newborn baby. All those things come in on top of it. But the cream de la cream, the one at the very top of the pinnacle, is the age pill, because it's putting all of this into motion so that you can do it. And you can start literally growing younger. And we can say that. We can't say it cures something like anything like arthritis or lupus or whatever the things are, but you may see the symptoms are improving a lot because your body is becoming so much healthier. How is that happening? Well, aging is not a disease. The Food and Drug Administration classifies it not as a disease. We have a biological potential to live to be 120 to 150 years, they're telling us, because they've mapped the human genome. So if aging is not a disease, what is it? It's simply decay and degeneration. So if you can end the decay so it stops rusting us away, and then you can start regeneration so that it can support repair, and then you start producing more cells than you're losing, because we're always producing new cells to replace those that are lost, but we get to the point where we're losing more than we're replacing. If we change that, and now we're replacing more than we're losing, what do we become? We become a lot younger. We start growing. You start growing younger. You feel the energy. You see muscle definition come back. With me, I've had the same thing. I just bought some hearings a few months ago. When I was just getting started on it, my hearing had been going over a period of time. I'd shut enough guns off in my life, and then age starts to catch up to you. So I had my ears tested, $4,000 set of hearing aids for me. So I put these hearing aids in, and they were okay. I didn't like them, awkward, but I could hear better. And then suddenly my hearing started to improve. It got to the point where it just started to overflow, and my hearing just started to improve. And now, just in a matter of months, that $4,000 set, brand new set of hearing aids is just expensive memorabilia. I'll never use it again. My eyesight, my vision has improved a lot. My stamina, my energy, my strength, that's undeniable. How can I deny what is happening? People are coming up to me and they're saying things, and they see me with other people and say, "Wow, you're so much younger, Tom." And I won't mention some names, but they've been talking about other people they've known. Yeah, look at the difference in what's happened within you, and it's because I know these products work and I'm doing it. Then I had some stem cell injections in my knees because I just wore them out with a lot of athletics and outdoor life that I led, very active for all my life, and so painful. You couldn't stand them, couldn't stand for long. I went and got some stem cell injections in because I knew what they could do, and they were slowly working. I could feel a gradual change coming. My one son was telling me, "Dad, go get your knees replaced and get the artificial knees put on." And I said, "No, I'm not going to do it because I know the technology. I believe in it. I know it to be true, and I'm going to have stem cell implants." And it was coming on so slow, and they just said, "Oh, you need to get it done," because it was very painful for me. But then I started on the age pill, and within less than 2 months, I could feel significant acceleration in my joints. The pain was going away. They were becoming stronger. I could do things that I couldn't do before, and lifting legs and going up and down stairs and starting to walk. And I'd had knee braces. Got rid of those things. They were those elastic ones. Got rid of those now, and I'm just getting better and better and better because while the stem cells were working from the injections, when I added the age pill to it, it put it into warp drive. And now instead of gradually getting better, it's rapidly getting better, and I've had significant improvements that are far beyond even questioning, beyond doubt. It's a reality and a fact, and that's what you can have too. So I'm not going to tell a lot more about this, but I'm going to talk a lot about it at Pennsylvania if you get to be there. And then when I get back after Europe, Aaron's not sending me to Western Eastern Europe. He's sending me to Western Eastern, Northern, Southern. I'm going clear down into the Mediterranean, off Italy and out into Hungary. I'm going clear north right up to Latvia from there, and then play all points in between. I'm getting out and I'm putting the message out because we doubled. Milo was right. We doubled this past year. So you know what that means? When you double, you are in tremendous momentum, and we made these big changes over, and with all of that, we doubled now. So now we're going to move into an era where we are going to accelerate. I'll bet you would double, triple, quadruple this year because we've really got things right, and with everything we have going with it, we're now unstoppable. We are the company. We will be the one on everyone's lips for the next 5 or 10 years because we're going into massive momentum, and you have a chance right now to create the kind of life you always dreamed, wished that you could, but it just wasn't quite possible couldn't find the right thing, you found Sisel, and Sisel was getting things ready for the big boom, and now we are booming, and we're about to blow the doors off this whole industry. So it's time to get your rear in gear and get going, because this is the big one. It'll never come your way again. Another company, you join another company, you're in for a unfortunate experience, because almost all of them fail. I've already created $1 billion company. I did it where the equivalent now today is about $2.5 billion, and I did that before I had the experience to know how to do it. We're doing it, and you're a part of it. We're going to be, I don't know, I think we'll make number 3, probably make number 2, and who knows, down the road we might be the biggest in the entire world. I was number 5 with my other company, and I never did MLM, so what are we going to do with this one? We're going to take this one to such gigantic size, and there's those of you that are here and a lot of people that don't even know the company are going to become super wealthy, extremely healthy, and quite happy with everything that we're going to provide because of what we're doing. So hope to see you in Pennsylvania. If not, maybe we get some meetings going around a bunch of different areas. We'll travel around, and this is the year to just blow the doors off because we're ready to go. We're ready here at Sisel. I know you are out there. You've doubled, and it was through the times where you're making this tremendous change. So you've gone through the worst of times, and we double the business. Now what are we going to do? We're going to be the King Kong of MLM, and our time is now. So I'll turn the time back to you, Milo, or I don't know if Aaron, whoever's taking it back, and I'll look forward to seeing you just a few days out in Pennsylvania. Bye-bye.
Well, everybody, it's Aaron again, and Tom, thank you so much. You're absolutely right. We have seen growth, unbelievable growth over this past year. It's been absolutely an exciting piece of production for us to watch. Many of you guys saw the Oscars last night, and that's really what it feels like. It feels like this energy, this excitement, this pent-up emotion where people are excited about the future. They're excited about where they can take this company, where they can take their own business, and that's really what we give you. Yeah, you're your own entrepreneur. You are your own CEO or vice president or director or whatever it is that you want to call yourself, but you are your own, and you have a chance to build your business. We're giving you that shot. So we want you to have that chance to really go out and start working with those people that are around you. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded. Embrace them and help them understand where you're going. People want to be a part of other people that are going the same direction. Help them understand what that direction is and give them the hope that they haven't had in a long time. Give them the challenge that they haven't had in a long time to go out and do something for themselves. Give them a chance to open up their minds, their hearts, and really that's what this event in Pennsylvania is all about, folks. You will leave there literally a changed person. So you need to be at that event. We'll, again, post up the dates and venues for the events over in Europe and Eastern Europe so that you guys can have a chance to contact those neighbors of yours that are across the sea. Of course, we've got a lot of people on the call tonight that are from different parts of the world. I can see Australia. I can see Eastern Europe. I can see Japan. So we've got so many different people. I've got my country manager in town as well as our director of marketing in town from Japan right now. We're doing 3 days of intense training and learning and scheduling and going through different departments and really understanding exactly where we're going in the future there. And it is fun to be a part of it, folks. So guess what? We have a chance. It's right now. Make sure that you get back with the person that invited you to this call. Ask them why it is that everybody's so excited, so doggone excited on this call. If you invited somebody to the call, follow up with them. Fortune's in the follow-up, as we always say. So take the opportunity now. Get back with the people that are on this call. We've got a lot of people on this call. It's good grief. It is amazing to see how many people are on this call. So the good news is get back with the person that you invited. If you were invited, get back with the person that invited you. And everybody, we look forward to these calls once a month on the first Monday of every month. Again, thanks, Milo. Thanks, Tom Sr., and thank each one of you for being on this call. Have a great night or a great day wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.
This session is no longer being recorded.